This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Canasil Resources, Mr. Bahman Yamini. Bahman, how are you this afternoon?
Good. Thank you very much, Gerardo. Nice to be with you. Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming back on. The last time you and I spoke, you had tapped into a system that you described as having intense mineralization. You liked and were encouraged by what you were seeing, but we all had hoped that you would tap into wider widths of mineralization in both the gold side and the silver side. We now know after the news today that exists. You reported 3.73 meters of 3.71 grams per ton gold, 489 grams per ton silver, and 0.53% copper from the Candy vein at the Nora silver gold project in Durango. For people that may not be geologists or familiar with the space or just new to understanding assay results, can you explain why you and I both believe this is a discovery hole?
Absolutely, Gerardo. We are very excited with this hole. We think it's an excellent result at the Nora project on the Candy vein, particularly coming off after only 4 holes in the first ever drill program on this project. It's great. The 4 holes we've announced to date on the Candy vein have all intersected the vein, which is in itself very encouraging on a new project. So we know that we're hitting the vein at depths of between 100 to 150 meters below surface. So the structure is there. In the first 2 holes, we had hole number 1, which had a very narrow, around a 30 centimeter intercept with very high grades, exactly what we were looking for, gold, silver, copper, etc. And the second one, number 2, had a wide intercept. It was up to between 4 to 8 meters, but had low grades. And what we're hoping to find is a wide intercept with high grades, and here we have it in hole number 4. This is an excellent width, 3.7 meters in this type of a system, is a very significant structure, and it's carrying high gold, it's carrying high silver, and it's carrying a little bit of copper as well. Now, just for information, the combined value of the 3.7 grams gold and 489 grams silver we're reporting is close to 800 grams per ton silver, which is extremely high grade. And if you find these kind of grades, I mean, we're in the exploration stage now, but if you can find these kind of grades in a deposit or even half of these grades, it becomes a very, very profitable mine.
You've now completed 6 drill holes on the Candy vein. You've moved on to drilling at the Nora vein as you had planned. Can you explain again to those not familiar with this part of Mexico and this type of system? Can you explain an analog, a similar property to this now that you have tapped into the wider intercept of mineralization here?
Well, one of the similar properties, I mean, there are many mines around us at the Nora project. One property in particular, 50 kilometers east of us, is SSR Mining's Pizzeria deposit, which is not actually currently mining, but it is a 500 million ounce silver deposit. And it shows that these very big systems occur in the area, so it's not unusual. And these will be a combination of these high-grade veins and also disseminated silver mineralization. Now, we have the 2 vein outcrops that we're testing, and on the Candy vein, where we have the longer outcrop of several hundred meters, we're testing it over a 500-meter strike. So the first 4 holes are on 2 sections, which are 100 meters apart. And then we have holes number 5 and 6, which are each 200 meters and 400 meters further up. So that will give a good test of the Candy vein. The fact that we now have this intercept that we've just announced with the wide and high-grade silver and gold mineralization, and within that, in the table in the news release, you can see that there are smaller intercepts of very high-grade material. For example, there's one 50 centimeter section that's running 6 grams gold and 2 kilos silver for about 2.4 kilos silver equivalent. This is very, very encouraging material, and this shows you that this mineralization is coming from somewhere, and now we're tapping into it. So it opens up this whole vein structure for further drilling and a more aggressive drill program in the second phase of drilling. But in general, at the Nora project, we're seeing widespread anomalous geochemical silver, gold, and all the pathfinder mineral signatures. So we think we're sitting on top of a fairly significant system. We are just now picking away at it at the obvious points on these high-grade silver-gold outcrops, but we need to look at the whole project overall. But certainly it does open up these veins for very aggressive further drilling.
You have assays pending as well, correct?
I'm sorry?
You have assays pending as well.
Yes, we have assays pending both on these holes because the assay labs are quite backed up, and because we like the look of this intercept, we had these processed on a rush basis, but there are more assays pending on these holes, and then there's also holes 5 and 6 that have been completed where the assays are pending. So we've got quite a lot of material in the labs going through right now.
Excellent. How is the program in the field as it relates to the COVID situation, the local community? I'm familiar with your geologist who's running the program down there and an utmost professional. How are things coming along on that front?
You know, we're very pleased with the progress. The drilling is going well. We're making consistent advance. We're being very careful to limit the number of people on site. We're only drilling one shift per day, but in spite of that, we're making very good progress now, especially now that they've settled in, and the drill is turning and advancing well. So now we've the 6 drill holes on the Candy vein were about 1,400 meters. We're now on hole number 7 on the Nora vein, and we have that plus 1 or 2 more holes on the Nora vein. And then we plan to give everybody a break for a week or 10 days and then move on to our La Esperanza project, where we already have established high-grade ore shoots, and we will be drilling besides and below those. And I hope that will be starting sometime in November and going through. So we've got non-stop drilling going on for the next few months, and we're progressing very well to the plan of completing 5,000 meters of drilling over this second half of 2020. Probably will extend into January just to get everything completed. But we will be drilling, and so far we're making very good progress.
Congratulations are definitely in order, Bahman. I believe it's going to take the market a day or two to really take the time to digest the news today and put it in context. I think you did an excellent job summarizing, and I hope that the next time you and I speak, we're talking about similar numbers, because these are really, really good numbers, especially this early in the program.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Gerardo, for your interest, and absolutely that's what we're looking forward to.
Chat soon, Bahman. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye now. Have a good afternoon.